So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. DiMarco. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
DiMarco goes short. Oh, shooting chance! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. It's their second corner of the game. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That looks a good ball through. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking for the run. Gravenberg.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looks to the other side.
Good switch, that.
Carreras. Nice control. Flings in across. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Gravenberg! He doesn't look too happy with that. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Can he get it through? Crosses it. Header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Haaland. Shot a goal! And he's done it! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's through here. They're urging him to shoot. Goes for a shot! It's hit the upright. And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Chance, surely! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Haaland really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. That should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Vietnam are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Mbappe. Bellingham. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that was vital.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Gabriel did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, important interception. Gravenberg. And the counter is on. Vietnam looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Mbappe. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Punched away. Oh, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. They're taking a moment to consider their options. So, another set play. Carreras. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Haaland. Has a look and plays it forward.
There will be
Mbappe.
1 minute added time.
Mbappe. Oh, good take in a good area. Now it's Mbappe. And they can counter here. Turns back here, probably the best option. And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Vietnam just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
Special presentation featuring
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Vietnam looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. So we're underway for the second half.
Vietnam can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Calhanoglu opts for safety. Quality ball. Looking tidy in possession here. Tonali. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Calhanoglu. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Foot in.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, his chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Vietnam have their third corner. And now they can spring out of defence. He's picked his way through. Shoots! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, third quarter of the game.
Substitution in progress.
Vietnam are looking to go forward now.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. Big chance! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
So we've reached the hour mark. The message is clear, none shall pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. Vietnam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Bruno Fernandes. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Not the most accurate pass. Great ball, and he's in here. He's free, he has got... He's had a shot! It's a goal! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Substitution on the field. Number 38.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 19.
FC
Bruno
Tokyo
Fernandes.
restore parity.
Number 4.
Well, I'd happily watch this every
Number
week, Peter.
14.
This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Coming on the field. Number 13.
And it's Tonali.
Tonali.
Oh, super ball.
Number
Oh, well
5.
played.
Bellingham.
And that is
Number
well cleared.
33. Number 11. Younes.
Howson. He won't be happy with that one.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Surlot. Back where it came from. And the shot! And no mistake. And the comeback is complete.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
FC Tokyo leading now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And it's Tonali.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Vietnam do have a chance to counter here. Vietnam very much running into the last chance saloon.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
That's really good defending. Palinia defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
DiMarco. That's a throw. Wirtz. He is through here. He's looking unstoppable. Wirtz, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And here's Mbappe. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And that is it. A real high-octane conclusion. Vietnam illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
In the area around the stadium is strictly
Your
forbidden.
final thoughts, Jim?
Well, in all honesty, Peter, this would have been seen as a very winnable game, but it turned into a typical case of how not to maximise your home advantage. And I think when you look back on it, Peter, the crowd played its part, there's no doubt about that. They got a bit down on their team, you know, early in the game, and it just went downhill from there.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely
Hello,
here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening.
match.
The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. And here's Mbappe. It's run loose. And another try! So, a breakthrough already. And here's Thuram. Shot could be on. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, that's fabulous. And that's a good intervention. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Thuram. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Haaland. And the counter is on. Haaland. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Passing is crisp and sharp. FC Tokyo ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Mbappe. Now it's Thuram. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And now the breakaway. And it's Tonali. Vietnam do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
That could spell trouble. Oh, he's on his own! They're urging him to shoot. Konate did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Pedro Porro. Now it's Grafenberg. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Rolls it backwards.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Van Dijk. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Çalhanoğlu. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And it's Bellingham. He's in a great position here. Bruno Fernandes, given the lift of his goal. And here's Mbappe. Di Marco thinks about the shot.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Nicely worked. Now there's a fine ball. And he's in on goal. Oh, this looks sharp. Konate, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a promising position. Gravenberg does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Mbappe. Haaland. Good driving run. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tonali. And it's Tonali. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Haaland. Haaland. Driving forward. Shoots! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
And that is the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Vietnam come in leading by just the odd goal.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Vietnam looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. So, into the second half. Vietnam leading courtesy of the game's only goal. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And he's got Bruno Fernandes! And that's a good finish. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing. Vietnam are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
There's some great running on show here. Shapes to shoot! And that's a tidy finish. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
FC Tokyo cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Haaland is onto it in a flash. Bellingham. And it's Tonali. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Haaland. This is promising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Mbappe. In by DiMarco.
That was well seen too. Good clearance. FC Tokyo really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Pedro Porro promptly onto that, and that is that. Vietnam are looking pretty rattled at the moment, Jim.
There's no doubt about that, Peter. It looks like they've had the proverbial carpet swept from underneath them. And it's amazing how much one goal can change things.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to make any prediction on this right now.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, if you dwell on it for that long, that's what happens.
Aimed beyond the defence. He is just caressing the ball. The defence opting here for strength in numbers.
Vietnam clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well read, nice interception. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram receives it in a good position here. What's going wide left? Back where it came from. Chance for a shot!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Substitution on the field. Number 4, number 23, Pedro Porro. Number 38, Kravenberg. Number 20, Çalhanoğlu. Number 19, Bruno
Robertson
Fernandes.
is short.
Coming on the field, number 33.
And now a sudden
number
chance to
10,
counter.
Trippier. Number 13.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge
number
there.
17.
And that's going to be a booking.
Number 5, Bellingham. Substitution in progress.
I think we're just about done here. Now is this the final assault?
FC Tokyo really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Now it's Haaland. Good ball, good take. He's picked his way through. And a chance! And yes, it's there! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
3 minutes added time.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Bellingham has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
FC Tokyo have their second corner now. Cleared without hesitation. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but...
And time is up. Vietnam are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Just listen to that noise, this place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're very much on the way now. Terrific effort! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Oh, that's nice. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. And he welcomes it in. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And it's been hooked away. Oh, this is a great shoot! He's delivered all right! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It's a clearance, but not... Oh, he's been caught napping! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. João Cancelo. And it's Tonali. Now Tonali. Van Dijk. Pass somewhat off target. Pedro Porro. It's a good foot in there. And it's Bellingham. Mbappe is onto this. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Vietnam really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, delightful ball. They're urging him to shoot. Nice control. Saliba did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Shot a goal! He's put his foot right through that one. Vietnam have their second corner now. Cleared without hesitation. Çalhanoğlu. It's Çalhanoğlu! Mbappe. Vietnam are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Now this could be a chance. Oh, he's been flattened there. Referee has just said play on. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Nice interception, well timed. Bellingham.
Vietnam are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's in on goal. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Good ball, good take. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. No, he's not getting past him there. Now it's Bellingham. Mbappe. Now it's DiMarco. He's found some space. The ball goes in. O'Reilly with the clearance. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Oh, nicely intercepted. Just eases him off the ball. Thuram! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And it's been taken short. Lovely bit of skill. Vietnam are looking to go forward now. Now it's Haaland. He's found a way through. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. João Cancelo. Now it's Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. Gravenberg. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Vietnam unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
That parking in the area
well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Vietnam really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And that's an errant pass. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
That's a great ball crossfield.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's shifting through the gears here. Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Corner number 3 coming up. Saliba getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. He's picked his way through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Great defending, strong and determined. Haaland. FC Tokyo appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Van Dijk goes direct. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Mbappe looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Thuram. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
That's good play. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
substitution on the field.
Well, this may not be the
14,
kindest angle for a direct hit.
Number 19,
So who's he going to be aiming for here?
Bruno Fernandes. Number 23, Pedro
Robertson
Porro.
clears it away.
Coming on the field, number 5.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Real chance! And that's a tidy finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
FC Tokyo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more...
Çalhanoğlu! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Fofana. Gusto makes a move down the right. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Vietnam do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Bellingham, nicely aimed pass. He's had it taken off him. Fofana, some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
Saliba. And it's Gusto. And it's made its way to him. Robertson is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Trippier. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's on it. Chance for a shot! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. The movement so precise, the finish, and that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise
Hello,
of a
everybody,
match
and
that will
welcome to
really get the
today's
juices
match.
flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
So that's got things underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends.
Haaland.
There he goes, motoring forward.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Reinders.
DiMarco.
Schlotterbeck wins the duel this time. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Strong running down that left flank.
Carreras.
Çalhanoğlu.
He's having a hit! Fantastic from Çalhanoğlu! He's got himself an absolute peach. He just absolutely speared that in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
FC Tokyo finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, can he get onto this? And here's Mbappe. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Vietnam
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Pinches it off him. Oh, good spread.
That's very neat.
And it's Reinders. Mbappe
And the counter is on.
tries to pass it through. That's good vision.
Oh, good take in a good area.
Oh, that's fabulous. Saliba.
Did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
15 minutes till half-time. Tonali. Good purposeful running this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That has ended up in no man's land.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
FC Tokyo have reclaimed it. Knocks it out wide. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0.
Tonali. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Porro. Well, played right into his path. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. He's found a way past. Can he get onto this? Now it's DiMarco. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Great vision. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that looks a decent ball. And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Vietnam coming in at half-time, leading by 1 goal to nil.
On the screen.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Vietnam can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Down to business again. Vietnam currently ahead by the smallest of margins. That's where it came from. Carreras. Haaland is herring after that one. Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro making good progress on the right-hand side. Now Mbappe. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. Van de Ven. Reinders. Oh, they can break here. And it's Reinders. Defending was strong and firm. Vietnam just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest... Mbappe! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allowed the defence to regroup and stop the attack.
Van de Ven. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Haaland. Played out to the left flank. Carreras stood his ground strongly. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Porro. Shot, surely! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution in progress.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Lovely bit of skill.
FC Tokyo appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Good play on the left-hand side here. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Vietnam have a free kick. And he is going into that little black book.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them.
Substitutions taking place.
Mbappe! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need...
And a chance! Nearly, but not quite. Oh, he's having a go! Mbappe! Oh, how good is that? That is a gem! An absolute gem! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
He's had a shot! And it's in!
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
FC Tokyo cut their deficits.
And the shot!
And that really should have been that.
Bruno Fernandes really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Now it's Haaland. Palinia with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Vietnam clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Wirtz, and here's Mbappe. Can he get it through? Wirtz receives it in a good position here. Shot, and the shot! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target from there.
Vietnam close now to seeing this one through to the end.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And it's Porro. Pedro Porro ventures forward. Oh, such a clever touch. He's got away.
2 minutes added time.
Lofted in. It's a throw-in. Oh, it's come loose. Surlot looking understandably energised after his goal. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. Again.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening. The
match.
skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So straight into the action. He won't be happy with that one. This is a promising build-up. Now, can they get him away? He is through here. Oh, good. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this man, João Cancelo, is going to add so much more dynamism to his side, and he's the type of player who does well in a flowing system, in a flowing team. I like it when he moves centrally and makes himself an effective outlet. He basically can become a number 10, and he can produce some delicious little dinks over the top of any opposition defence.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Carreras, and he has been fouled there. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Oh, that is a nice touch. Looking to play him in. Oh, it's real chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's really put himself on the line here.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And a few accusing looks coming his way. João Cancelo. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Decent chance! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Stood up well to him there. So it is still 0-0. João Cancelo wins the duel this time. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. DiMarco.
FC Tokyo really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Now it's Thuram. And he cuts out the supply. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Gravenberch. Distributed tidily. Fofana. João Cancelo. It's Fofana. And that is expertly dealt with.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Reinders. Knocks it into space. That'll be a corner. DiMarco. Fofana. Thuram. And he shoots! Top class from Thuram! About as smooth as it gets.
Vinicius Junior really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
The first breakthrough.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Vinicius Junior tries to play it through. Now it's Fofana. Picks out brilliantly. Caught offside that time.
Vietnam certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Oh, easy pickings there. And they can counter here. Gravenberg. Now this could be a chance. Oh, this looks sharp.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
DiMarco. Gravenberg. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Oh, important interception. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Vietnam currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our guest performers today.
Substitution on the field.
Down to business again.
Vietnam really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And here's Mbappe. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again...
And the finish! Sensational by Bruno Fernandes! A finish of true class! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he was quick to react. Thuram. And it's Cancelo. Vietnam do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Çalhanoğlu. And here's Haaland. He's having a And a terrific save from the keeper.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. FC Tokyo have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Fofana. Oh, that's well spotted.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
And here's Bruno Fernandes. Lovely bit of skill. And here's Haaland. Fofana. Vietnam do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here.
Mbappe! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Mbappe can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great defending, strong and determined. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Substitution on the field. Number 20,
so we have movement on both benches.
Number 4, number 23, Pedro Porro. Number 19.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Nico Gonzalez.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Trippier. Number 11, Udis. Substitutions taking place.
Gusto makes a move down the right. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Vitz. Can he get on the end of it? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Trippier takes a shot. And that's a good finish. And the comeback is complete. Simplicity itself.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Shapes to shoot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 3 coming up. Oh, that's a fine interception. And here's Haaland. Goes for a shot! And it's in! 2 to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Well, that is great chance! And that's a sharp finish. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Substitution on the field. Number 38.
So changes afoot here, and from both
Coming
sides.
on to replace him is
FC Tokyo
number
cut
8.
their deficits and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Tries a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Nico Gonzalez has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
That's a throw. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly...
That could spell trouble. He's found a way through. Vinicius Junior, Tonali. I think we're just about done here.
Has been indicated.
Is there any support? He might not need it. Oh, it's a great ball here. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. That's a sharp pass. That's been cut out, well played. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Robertson. And he's going to be disappointed with that. The final seconds now. Osimhen. Vinicius Junior receives it in a good position here. So that's it. It is all over. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Haaland picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
We would like to ask you all to kindly
The
stay
end of the
seated during
game.
the match.
Reflections?
Thank you for your
Well,
cooperation.
what a difference a half can make, Peter. And the second half saw this team full of courage and energy. It's very impressive how this team turned it all around.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely
Hello,
here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening.
match.
The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started. That's a lovely, neat pass. Pedro Porro. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running.
Big chance! They've scored! The first significant strike. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So, a breakthrough already. And he's worked it through. And it's made its way to him. And a chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
FC Tokyo are looking to go forward now. He's having a shot! Reinders. FC Tokyo are looking to break at pace. Mbappe! Shapes to shoot! And that's a good finish. And they're threatening to fly away here.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And it's Robertson. Vietnam do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Nice, a tried and tested. There's the shot! Yes! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. A case now of complete control.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Mbappe, surely...
Chance! And that's a sharp finish. It could be a lifeline. Two more needed. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
FC Tokyo may be down, but not out just yet.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Tries to get it clear, and the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. João Cancelo, that's a shade optimistic. Gravenberg,
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
and it's Bruno Fernandes. Saliba makes the interception. Reinders. Half an hour played now. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Tonali. Oh, good ball! Çalhanoğlu, that's a cute ball. Neatly clipped into space. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Mbappe. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Bruno Fernandes gets on his bike and on the move. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Tonali. And here's Thuram. No, that's been intercepted. Bruno Fernandes. And Gravenberch looking for a runner. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Mbappe.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Gravenberch.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Tonali.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, they can break here. Oh, that's fabulous. And he can clear it away. And that is the end of the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Vietnam claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. So off we go again. Thuram. There he goes, motoring forward. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He's got away. Haaland has got himself a free kick. Mbappe ready to try one. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Çalhanoğlu! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Çalhanoğlu certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Thuram, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Tonali, that's going wide left. And here's Mbappe. Robertson providing an outlet on that flank. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bruno Fernandes. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
clearly is miffed having made the run and not get picked out.
He has found the way through. Very nicely done. Stood up well to him there. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Tonali tries a shot! It'll be a throw-in.
Substitution on the field, number 19, Bruno Fernandes. Coming on to replace him is number 11, Yudis. Substitution.
And here's Mbappe, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Thuram driving forwards. And here's Bellingham. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Çalhanoğlu. That's Yildiz. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Shot could be... And the shot!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Great vision. Picked out and he shoots! And yes, it's there! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
FC Tokyo now just needing one.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Can he get it through?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Now it's Bellingham.
FC Tokyo really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He's chosen to go back. He's free, he has got space. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Mbappe. Chance, surely!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Wirtz receives it in a good position here. Skip. Real chance! And a neat finish. And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Substitution on the field, number 4,
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 14.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, this ought to give them some renewed energy. If anyone's going to win it in normal time, you've got to make them favourites now.
Coming on the field.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Number 5, Bellingham. Number 2, Nico.
He won't be happy with that one.
Number
Has a look
8,
and plays it forward.
Locatelli.
Schlotterbeck
Substitution
spots it
taking place.
and intercepts. And here's Mbappe. That is good alertness. Vietnam disappointing in the end there.
3
They
minutes
lack
added
urgency.
time.
We are into overtime. Oh, Red, nice interception. And it's Bellingham. Trippier. That's tidy. And the shot! It's a loose ball. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, no winner so far,
Please
but
take
somebody
this
has to
opportunity
be
pay a
the
visit
winner.
to our official
And
store
extra
where
time
memorabilia
is
from
next.
Today's match are now available.
Substitution in progress.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Vietnam conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Konate clears it away. Vinicius Junior, and the counter is on. Looking for the run. Vitz. Locatelli, and now the breakaway. And it's O'Reilly. And it's Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Brilliantly cut out. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Vinicius Junior. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. And here's Yildiz. You takes a shot! He lifts the roof! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Vietnam with the lead. Bellingham.
This is the time you need that pace.
Locatelli cuts out the pass. And we're halfway through extra time. So the very last of the action is still to come. Two teams separated here by the smallest of margins. Fingernails well bitten everywhere.
Substitution on the field. Number 24.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there.
How much more can the players give? Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, cracking ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Corner number 2 then. DiMarco with the short one. Drills one in. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Tries to pass it through. Vinicius Junior. Vietnam needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's Bellingham. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Vietnam, with the clock ticking away, have a chance to change the whole picture. So where will he go? And that's a tidy finish. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Vietnam look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, it's the type of call that can't be given if there's even the slightest doubt. It had to be spot on.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Vince. Passing nice and neat. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And time is up. Vietnam pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Mbappe gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office.
Support for our World Charity
Vietnam have done it. They're people without a fingernail left between them.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of
everybody,
a
and
match that
welcome
will
to
really
today's
get the
match.
juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things already rolling. Now it's Mbappe. He's got away. Takes a shot! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this player, Gravenberg, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield. But he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and he must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Tonali played out to the left flank. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
This is a promising build-up. DiMarco. Oh, that was vital. Pinged towards the front line. Stood up well to him there. Now, what about a counter-attack? He's on it. Can he get away? Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Tonali. Not the most accurate pass. Vietnam are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That's a little off target. Gravenberg. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Bellingham. Thuram. Great chance! And that should get the job done.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more, defenders popping up in these positions. That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Now it's Gravenberg. DiMarco did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh, such a clever touch. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Cleared without hesitation. It is a corner.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Oh, the ball's come loose here. In he goes again! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And he's managed to get rid. And now they can spring out of defence. Çalhanoğlu looking to pass their way up the pitch. Steaming on goalwards. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's DiMarco. That's the throw. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Gravenberch. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Haaland. That is lovely. Can he finish? The ball has bounced loose now. João Cancelo. Mbappe.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Konate with the clearance. That's it, 45 minutes up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Pinches it off him. Çalhanoğlu did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He has found the way. Oh no, what has happened here? Bruno Fernandes. And here's the chance to counter. Gravenberch going forward. And here's Mbappe. Driving on and making good progress. And it's Gravenberch. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Mbappe.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just sit.
Can he finish? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
Oh, important interception, and he's quick to get rid. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way.
FC Tokyo have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Mbappe. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Great ball if he can get there. Gravenberch. Shoots! And that's a tiny finish. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Vietnam are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Good take, and is it Thuram? Oh, good finish. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Substitution on the field. Number 4.
So we have movement on both benches. So they have it all to do again.
19.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Number 10.
And here's Bellingham. And the shot! And it's come back out to him.
Substitution.
Gusto. That's good running with the ball. That ball looks a good one. They're urging him to shoot. And Dijk getting this one clear. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's having a shot! Well taken goal. Into the lead once more. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Number 18. Erling Haaland.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And that's going to be a booking.
Substitution on the field. Number 38.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 20, Çalhanoğlu. Coming on the field, number 11, Yudis.
Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Nico Gonzalez.
Great defending,
Substitution
strong
taking
and
place.
determined. Bellingham.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Lovely, now then. Reinders. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mbappe. Haaland is herring after that one. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's been won straight back. Bellingham.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he's...
Decent chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And it's Robertson. Schlotterbeck gets over and intercepts.
I thought it was going to happen then, how many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And here's Vinicius Junior.
Mbappe.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Thuram.
Chance! And he has kicked it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
All hands on deck for this one.
Reinders goes short. Bellingham gets it clear. And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. He whips it across. And reclaimed it in a trice. Gravenberg. He's on it, can he get away? Great chance! They've scored! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Mbappe.
Oh, that's fabulous. Lovely feet. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Oh, well played, well played. And he's heaved it away. And here's Mbappe, showing good feet. Vietnam leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score.
Oh, that's nice.
And here's Haaland. Haaland! And he's stuck it away. Again in a trice, and they are soaring. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Vietnam are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intensity.
Big chance!
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Defending of the desperate variety. Tries one from range. And he has kept it out somehow.
Van de Ven clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Vietnam have their second corner now. Konate getting this one clear. And he's being shifted off it. Bellingham. Oh, there's a probing ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Vietnam
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but...
And he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And it's been hooked away. That's a sharp pass. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He is through here. Oh, and that pass just didn't quite work. Bellingham. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Haaland receives it in a good position here. Carreras. That's going across goal. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
João Cancelo. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van de Ven. Gravenberg, who's set up one goal so far. Van de Ven. And they've switched it over to the other side. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Distributed tidily. Now it's Gravenberg. Gravenberg. Lovely bit of skill. And here's Mbappe. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Haaland!
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Haaland. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Haaland. Ooh, perfectly measured that. Tonali. Short changes him with that pass. And here's Mbappe. Çalhanoğlu. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Mbappe is onto
There
this.
will be 1 minute added time.
Pedro Porro.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Vietnam looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And here's Thuram. Vietnam have got it back and they'll have another go. Chalhanoglu. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. And it's Chalhanoglu. He's having a pop! Oh, brilliant from Bruno Fernandes! A finish of true class! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.